One of the most important parts to becoming a lead generator is to find buyers. Obviously, you need someone to buy these leads, right? So, a couple of different ways to go about it. So, let me just break it down. So, pull up Notepad real quick. So, you're going to have different types of buyers typically. Of course, the industries are going to change and how things happen, but let me just go through this. So, for me, just to give you an example, I have my direct buyers. So, that's a buyer I work with directly, and maybe that buyer is a business loan lead buyer, and then I also maybe have a credit repair buyer. So these are different types of leads. Then you have maybe a startup lender, they buy leads. And you have affiliate marketing. Of course you have the calls and stuff, but that's okay. That doesn't matter here, depending on the type of lead. At the end of the day, you need to find a buyer. So depending on what you do, you have your direct buyers, and you can look at like affiliate marketing to kind of make money through um, your age lead. So if you generate a lead today, maybe in 30 days from now or next week or whatever the case may be, you can email them and try to promote other offers to them. So let me give you an example of how I find my buyers, because you really need buyers before you even start this business. So now, quick, easy way, Google. So for me, one of the things I do is merchant cash advance. So what you do is you go to Google, you type in merchant cash advance. So if you are a lender, in a merchant cash advance business, what you're going to do is you're going to put ads up, or you're going to be at the top of Google. So right now, if I type in merchant cash advance lender, it's going to give some explanations of who they are. But right now, you have On Deck, businessloans.com, all these guys right here, Fundera, etc. And you can just go to page 2. You call these guys up. These are all people that are in the industry. This is an easy way to just go about it. Maybe you're looking for auto finance buyers, right? Maybe do auto finance leads. Here, finance your automobile here. Well, State Farm. Lending Tree. Lending Tree is a big. They're big in auto, mortgage, loans. They're big in a lot of spaces, so you can work with them in a lot of different industries. But that's more like an affiliate network type buyer. We'll get to that in a second. But you can go through it. Anybody who's running an ad here, or people that are buying these leads themselves, right? So that's potentially a good buyer. Then you can go down and go here. So maybe you do business loan. I typed in merchant cash advance before, probably really the wrong thing to type in. So business loan is a little better. Yes, SnapCap, Biz to Credit, On Deck again, Cabbage. So these are companies you can contact. Now, this is a very simple and easy way to do it. Another way to do it is conferences. So in my world, you have Affiliate Summit is one conference I just went to. You have LeadsCon. You have I just went to Traffic and Conversion Summit. These are 3 I just went to. So let's just do it.
My name is Ryan Dice. I'm the CEO of digitalmarketer.com, and I want to personally invite you to
Okay. Oh wait, you know what?
Traffic and Conversion Summit.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going to talk about the War Room, something I just joined. Anyway, so Affiliate Summit. So you go to any conference that you're involved in, your industry is involved in, and you go there, and typically they're going to have a sponsor list. Attending companies. You just got to figure out where to find this stuff. All right, so in this one, it's Affiliate Summit East 2018 attending companies. Well, this is actually the future one in New York. So, but the point is that there's a whole bunch of companies here. Look at all these companies. It's at least, a couple hundred, right? So what you do is, it's the easy way. These are all the companies in the industry. You basically go through these one at a time, and you kind of figure out who's a potential buyer. These are people in my industry. So I could find maybe an affiliate network. I can find a direct buyer potentially, or somebody that I can work with. Here's a company called Max Bounty. I work with them already. I've worked with these guys in the past. There's a bunch of them. So whatever industry you're in, this is a very simple and easy way to go through the whole entire list. These are a CRM company or lead distribution company, This is another company I worked with. Um, bunch of people in the affiliate marketing world. Another company I worked with. So, you can, go through this list. So now, LeadsCon. It's going to be the same thing. You find your, this is the one I just went to. No, this is next year's. So here's their sponsor list. Philosophy, all these companies, right? So this is just the top sponsors. Then you can go through exhibitors, sponsors and exhibitors. Be a longer list. So you can go through and see all of them here. So same thing, right? I would go here, and I've done this before in the past, and I just look to find companies. Here's again another one. You do the same thing. You go through, you find all the companies. So that's another way to do it. Now, affiliate marketing, move to affiliate marketing. Well, it's really affiliate networks is really what you probably be searching for. So there's a ton of affiliate networks out there. Depending on what vertical you're in, it's going to depend on who you're going to want to work with. You got, here's the top affiliate networks. Anything from share or sell, obviously in eBay, Amazon, whatever. But realistically, you can, like an Impact Radius has a lot of offers. Flex offers has a lot of offers. Pepper Jam has more premium offers. There's a ton of these companies. You got ClickBank. Just type in, let's just try best affiliate networks. There's a lot of different ways to just search for affiliate networks. You just got to research and research and research and just figure out everything that's in your industry. Obviously, I can't go to everything, single industry out there, but I've worked with a company called Max Bounty. They have a lot of offers, so you can work with them. Again, CJ.com I work with. All right, they have a ton of offers. Lending Tree I work with directly. They have a lot of offers in this space, home refinance, purchase, loans, business loans, etc. They have a lot of stuff going on. So you just have to figure it out. Affiliate marketing is great because a lot of companies have this stuff ready to go. They will talk to you, no problem. They'll test you out, no problem. It's a very easy way to get in with somebody. Then you have, the direct buyers, and then you have direct buyers can be harder to get into, right? You got to sell them on why you're good. If you call up a company, right, go back to Google and just type in, On Deck and say, call up On Deck. They may or may not buy leads from me. I mean, On Deck doesn't buy leads from me, and they don't buy leads from anyone. But I don't, I don't know that if I'm just starting out, right? So you got to contact everybody. You have to know your industry, know who the players are. Go to conferences. Conferences are great. I've met so many companies at conferences. It's great. Put the time and effort to it. Maybe find ones that are local to your house first, just to get your feet wet, right? It's definitely worth the time and effort to put into it because you meet one good contact at a conference. God, I mean, I've done that, and I've had buyers that have paid me millions, literally millions of dollars over the last couple of years because I met them at a conference, and I never would have probably met them before. Or maybe it's a company I didn't even know existed. Of course, referrals. If you're a good lead provider, people like you, you do the right thing by people, they are going to refer you. I get so many referrals, it's ridiculous. People call me all the time. Oh, this guy told me. I don't even know who they're talking about. This guy told me to call you. I don't even know who they're talking about. Yeah, that happens most of the time. So just word gets out there that you're a good guy or you're a good company, and people want to work with you. So the other way that I do it to get leads is AdWords. And I'm not going to go through an AdWords account and show you how to set up ads. I mean, that's a totally different thing. That's pretty easy to do. You literally just go into AdWords, you create your ad, text ad, video ad, whatever. You pick your keywords. For me, it would be like, business loans, merchant cash advance, stuff like that, startup loans. Those are the things that people search for myself. Auto finance, obviously, auto finance. I'm not going to go into a whole entire thing with AdWords, but that's how I do my stuff. And for me, that has been a great way also to get leads because, it's Google and that's where everyone goes. And for this type of lead where you want someone that's searching for something, Google's better than Facebook in that case, where Facebook is more target based. Like, oh, I want to look for someone who's a business owner or someone who may be looking to buy a car or someone looking to buy a house or maybe someone that's a student and they want student loan consolidation or whatever you're trying to do, you can target well in Facebook. That type of stuff's good. Google's still good for some of that stuff, but Google works really well for lead generators and someone looking to buy leads. I throw an ad up on Google, I get leads every day, every single day. What's that lead going to cost you? How much are you going to make off it? How many people you going to convert? But here's the thing. When you get a good lead provider, I mean, a good lead buyer, that could be millions of dollars in revenue. So that lead is so worth it. If it costs you 100, 200, even $500 to get a lead, which it really shouldn't cost you that much money, that lead could be worth $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I had that happen literally the other day. I cranked up my ads on AdWords just because I was like, just spend it. I was only spending literally $25 a day. You have to understand, $25 a day. I cranked it up to 100. I understand if you're starting out, that's a lot of money, but not a lot of money at the end of the day because you spend $3 grand a month at $100. And again, one buyer for me could be equal to $100,000. So all of a sudden, one of the largest lenders in the space contacts me, a lender that I've been looking to work with for a long time. I've even tried at contacts there. I couldn't even get in, like just couldn't get past, the gatekeeper, whatever you want to call him. Couldn't do it. And it's all about timing a lot of times. Like just because someone doesn't work with you today, a buyer will buy from you down the road. You have to understand that. So what happened was they contacted me out of nowhere. Just filled out the form on my site. And I closed them. One call, closed them, bought 100 leads. For me, for that buyer, is $40. It's $4,000 right there. And I guarantee you they're going to be buying probably 40 a day, right? So that's obviously $4,000 a day times, um, 30 days is a ton of money, right? So that's the key. So that one buyer, when you think about it, is going to bring me in over the next year maybe $1 million in revenue because they're a big buyer. So that's the key. That's what you want to do. So um, now going forward, again, you can work with affiliate networks like Lending Tree, Commission Junction, whatever. You can work with, the guys in the, um, the summits and the conferences and whatever. Highly recommend you do that stuff as well. So you got to figure it out. You promote yourself, however you want to do it. But one other thing I'll mention about the about doing this business when it comes to buyers is you do have to sell them and you want to do whatever it takes to make it happen, but you don't want to give it away. You don't want people taking advantage of you, and you always go in high with the leads, with your pricing. Going a little higher because everyone's going to want to talk you down. Everyone's going to want a deal. So make them feel like you're getting a deal. That's what you got to do. So, for example, if I realistically at the end of the day, for my leads, I just want $30 for them. But I start everyone out at like 40. I got guys paying 45. I'll take 30, but they pay 45. I even have people paying calls for 50. I'll take less, but hey, it works. But you have to understand is that nobody's going to overpay for a lead. It's just never going to happen. They're never going to overpay for a lead. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're making enough money and the lead is good enough where that buyer is whatever they're paying, it's going to back out, right? It's going to back out per lead because even though companies will come to you and say, "Hey, let's do a back end deal," I don't really do that stuff. I do it sometimes for my like age leads or leads I don't care about, but my premium leads I don't do that. I never really had to either, but at the same time, I don't want to. So when it comes to you personally doing this, what you want to do is you just want to make sure that you're providing a good lead and the lead's going to back out. So if a guy says to you, "I'll pay $100 for a closed deal," and he closes, 3 out of 100. So you made $300 per 100, which equals $3 a lead, right? 3 times 100 is 300. So whether you make $100 for a closed deal and they close 3 out of 100, or $3 a lead, it's the same thing. For the buyer, it all has to work out, right? He has to be making that profit no matter what. So you got to figure out what's best for you and how you want to sell it. Always try to get paid up front, like literally get paid up front. Try not to do terms. Try not to do 2 weeks, 3 months, whatever, 45 days, whatever people want. Always try to get paid up front. But I know it's hard. It's not going to happen every time. There's going to be companies that will force you to do it. It's the only way they do it. It is what it is. You're going to have to pick and choose your battles. And, if you don't want to work with that company, don't work with them. So that's another thing. You definitely just want to make sure that you get paid up front if you can. If you can't, it is what it is. Um, when you sell age leads, always get paid up front for age leads. Do not sell age leads to brokers. If you sell an age lead to a broker, that person can now take that age lead and just crush it. Sell it 10, 20, 30 times. You don't know who you're dealing with. I never sell to brokers because you just don't know. It's not worth the money because that guy can now take that lead and go sell it 20 times, and then I can't do anything with it anymore. So I sell my age leads for business loans for $1. I can sell that lead myself for 5 or 10 times over the next few months and make $5, $10 a lead. But if I sell it one time for $1 a broker and he sells it 10, 20 times, I can't do anything with it. I only made $1. It's not worth the sale, right? I would rather just go out and sell it 5 or 10 times over the next couple of months myself and call it a day, right? It's the smarter way to do it. So, couple of tidbits in there, but at the end of the day, to get new buyers, you can find them on Google, you call them up, you sell them. Listen, go to LinkedIn. Another good way to do it is go to LinkedIn. I know someone that does this. You just search around LinkedIn. That's all you do. You go here, and let's just say you want to, well, for me, like, now you can search for a type of company. You can search for a specific company. So, for example, like On Deck, right? That was the company you saw before in this space. So I go here and I go to On Deck. What's going to happen is on LinkedIn, it's going to tell you all the people that work there. Now, here's the CEO of On Deck. Here's a senior lending advisor on deck. Here's an account manager on deck. There's another great way to find a person at a company to speak to. Because maybe a company's too big, you're like, I don't even know who I was talking to. It's a great way. Now you could try to get in touch with through LinkedIn and pay LinkedIn. I definitely recommend it. I don't have a premium account because I don't really use LinkedIn for this stuff. But I don't really use LinkedIn at all that much actually. But I know someone who does, and they do a really, really good job. They're on top of it. They post every day. They're always updating stuff, and people are starting to come to them to to like, oh, hey, you do this stuff? Yeah, let me talk to you. So it's a good, if you put the time and effort in LinkedIn, this can definitely yield you great results. You can even run ads on LinkedIn, run ads, paid ads, and target these people if you want to buy leads from you, right? All that stuff. It's easy to do. Go to LinkedIn, start paying them, and you can run your ads. So now, now let's just say you find somebody on here, but you don't want to use LinkedIn to try to reach them. What you do is you guess their email address. I've done that. I've been doing this for over like 12 years. I've been messing around with spamming people. But every single company, especially the larger the company, the better. What they do is they have a formula for their email. So let's just take this. Let's just say it's first name at ondeck.com, or it could be first dot name or F name, right? Every company's going to have some sort of formula on doing it. Now, if you take this and I just, pick, John Smith at On Deck and I send an email, it's going to bounce back real quick if it's a bad email. So you'll know. But if you send it out and nothing ever bounces back, then you know you got the right email. That's an easy way to just spam people. So you can easily do that to find buyers. So you find them on LinkedIn, you figure out who works there, and that's it. Another way, you go to Google, you type in at ondeck.com. Now you can actually put in parentheses, front and back of that, and scroll down. Go like a couple pages deep. All right, so this is the bunch of different ways that you can find buyers. All these ways. This is all I've ever done. I mean, actually, some of these things I'm telling you I've never done before, but they definitely work. So this is how I've done it. It's worked. Clearly, you can find buyers any way you want, but this is a couple of easy and free ways to do it. Of course, you do the paid marketing as well, and that's it. So you just got to put the time and effort into it, and you will find the buyers that you need.